Hello and welcome to HBFT Gaming. I'm HBFT and we are back again with Among Trees. Previously, we went out and discovered the blueprint that allowed us to create a tent, and the tent should expand our exploration capabilities. I can't wait to see where we can go. All right, here we are. Day 14. So the plan is to test out our new tent. I don't know if that means that as soon as we set it up, we can break it down again. I sure hope so, because that would be a horrible, horrible tent if you had to set it up and then it just stayed there. I don't think I could deal with that. So we'll go ahead and pick up our breakfast. I know that, let's see, we can eat this. This is our lowest quality meal. We'll grab ourselves a couple of hoof fungus mushrooms. Those seem to be some of the most effective ones. We'll toss a couple in there, I guess. Almost getting us to full. Add a few more sticks. We have no more in the backpack. Perfect. As soon as we grab this, let's head on out. So obviously we know where the bear is. The bear seems to be in the upper right from where we are. You can see this little logo right here for the bear. What I'd like to do is head diagonally. We'll reach this point again and we'll just keep going around the edge. I'm really curious what we'll get into. And the great thing is, So what I was going to do is head on out, explore, and then drop down the tent and then keep exploring. Usually 2 meals is enough for the full day. I feel like we should have 4 or maybe at least one more. So let's grab one more meal, and this one should be primarily focused on just hunger and satiation. So we'll go all the way up. I don't know if that's going to be able to cook fast enough. Do we have enough tinder for this? Maybe I was a little bit overzealous. Might have to get more sticks. Oh, I don't know. I don't think we're going to make it. Will we make it? Have faith. Woo! All right, let's go to grab that. Heck yes. All right, let's do it. All right, so now we have 3. Perfect. I'll go ahead and drop off these mushrooms here. And let's get ready to go out. But the first things first, I realize that I'm covering up some of the icons. So let me go ahead and move my camera. I'll be right back. We're ready to go. So let's get out our compass. We want to head northeast. But we're going to start by moving north first. Just because, after all, there are bears directly east of us. Or a bear. My assumption is there is only one, but you never know. Bears may travel in packs. Heck, they might even have a cub. Even though that would be hilariously cute, I would imagine that it's hilariously large even for a cub. It's probably the size of a regular bear. Because let me tell you, the bear in this woods, the bear in this forest, is pretty much Godzilla sized. I mean, it pretty much belongs in the video game Rampage. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever played Rampage, the old school, like you're either a lizard, I think it was a lizard, a gorilla, or something else, and you would basically go around. The bear's around here. Wait, I thought the bear was over here. I don't see it. Well, basically what you're gonna do in Rampage is go around through a city and eat people from inside of a building, but as I'm talking about it, I really don't want to be eaten myself, so I would really like to be able to discover another blueprint. I know that we do not have access to a campfire yet, which is going to be really interesting to see whether or not setting up our tent. 2 things, right? If we set up our tent, will it allow us to actually like take the tent down? Like, is it reusable? And 2, I would imagine that we can't cook anything, and maybe that's what the campfire is for. Or if you need to raise your temperature because you decide that you're going to take a dip in a frozen lake or frozen body of water, then obviously the campfire is probably a great thing to have around. And I think the campfire is probably not something that you can reuse. I would assume that you would have to make multiple campfires and then bring them with you. Or maybe you can craft it in the field. I mean, that would probably be more realistic, right? I gotta say, one of the coolest things about a compass like this is that it's got this slit so that you can kind of align it so you get your bearings on a map, and then you choose certain landmarks, and then you can use this to align with that landmark and then draw back on the map and figure out exactly where you are, what angle you're headed in, or what heading. It's such a cool concept. There's actually a guy named Andrew Skirka. So if you've never heard of him before, he's a huge adventurer. He teaches outdoor classes. I think at one point he even worked with NOLS, the National Outdoor Leadership Skills or Association or something like that. And he does a whole breakdown of like guy line tying for your tents, how to navigate via compass only, how to navigate without a compass, just having a map, like all kinds of stuff. So really freaking cool. I don't have any other map hints or anything like that. And I've come across quite a few camps, so I would assume that we kind of farmed out all the hints that are available, because they're pretty evenly spread out around the map. It'll be interesting to find out what's way up north. And now that we have our tent, we can totally do it, which is awesome. Because let me tell you, as soon as you're tired, your health starts to go down very, very quickly. It almost looks like you're bleeding out. Follow the white rabbit or the brown rabbit. No way, there's a shore? There's a shore. Oh my gosh. We don't ever, oh boy. Okay, let's not do that. We don't have our watering can, otherwise I'd fill it up. And again, I don't know if it's fresh water or not. Should probably keep an eye out. Anytime you see anything that's different, as in it's like a landmark, like the larch trees or a cave or anything that's not just walking through the woods, I feel like you might see another blueprint. I thought I saw something sparkling off the little cliff face here. But I think it could have just been these little floaty wisps through the air. So here's a fun fact. Right now I have a little fan blowing on my legs. I'm wearing shorts. It just keeps me cool so that I can record longer. And I gotta say, I'm getting sensations, you know, it's like wind. And I'm standing looking at the ocean. Or I guess this lake or whatever. And I kind of feel like I'm there. Oh, I love it. I'm definitely a lover of fuzzy animals, that's for sure. I remember one of the first times I went out with Raven, we ended up going to a shop. And, you know, I'm not one for shopping. I really don't enjoy shopping. I'm kind of the guy that knows exactly what he wants, goes in, gets out as quickly as possible. And we went into a shop and I was just trying to be interested in things. I was mostly interested in just hanging out with Raven. And then I saw this bag way up high on the wall. And it said, "I heart animals." And it was a neat like I guess a fabric bag, like a canvas bag. And it was so cute. It just had this whole matrix of little cartoon animals on it, and they're all staring at you with big eyes, from pandas to bunnies to everything. They were so cute. And then she was like, "Oh, I like it, I love it," and I was like, "Score, found the right lady." All right, where are we at? Oh heck yes. So this is we've hit the north. This is as far as it goes. I think the one thing that kind of trips me out is the fact that they do not make you drink water. Like, as much as they make you eat, they don't make you drink. Which I guess, you know, simplifies the survival aspects in the game, right? So if you want to just chill, you want to make the game more relaxed, you don't want to put as many pressures or, you know, bars or meters on the player, would be my assumption. All right, sun's almost down. Tell you what, bunnies. Let's find a place to put our camp. Haven't seen any other bears. I think we're safe. I think we're okay. Being out in the open. I like being next to trees that won't crush me. Hey, this isn't too bad of a spot. I'd like it if there were a water source, but we don't really have to worry about water in this game. Let's take a spot right here. This will do. Okay, tent. Here we go. Equip. I want to equip it to 4. All right. Holy crap. Look at that. Oh, straight rotation. All right, I'm down. Place tent. Okay. What do I do? Sleep? Tear... You can move it! That's awesome! Heck yes! Alright, let's sleep. Day 15. Probably going to be starving as soon as we get up, right? And then we'll tear down the tent. Wait until nighttime. Oh, okay. Heck yes! Dude, that is freaking amazing! Wow, we didn't even lose any hunger or anything like that during that time. That's crazy. Wow, our meals will really stretch far with a tent. That is a game changer. Wow, I almost feel like I wonder, like, what should we have gotten first? You know what I mean? Should we have gotten the lockpick or the tent first? Because obviously if you go to the southeast and pick up the tent, man, you're set for exploration, and exploration seems to be the name of the game when it comes to picking up resources and the like. Although, maybe that's not entirely true. I mean, it could be the lockpick is still the best way to go early on. Because then you'll grab those items. You still have to go back to the cabin to store your stuff. It's not like, you know, you can store stuff in the tent. That doesn't make much sense. Oh, does it keep going north? Wow, it curves around. All right. Because here's the thing. If I'm the developer and I go, oh, okay, well, the cabin is way down here. What's the farthest point from the cabin? It's pretty much like here, right? If you look at the borders of the whole map. So there's got to be something there, because in order to get that far safely, like without just completely perishing and dying, you would need to have unlocked certain things like the tent for your extended range or anything like that. So I would imagine the next thing that we'll get is the campfire so that you can cook on the move. That's my assumption of what it's used for, other than potentially heat. So this is exciting. I feel like we're headed towards something magical. A lot of these trees, they seem to be not really growing anything lower on the trunk. Kind of reminds me of snags. So like in the forest, when there's a fire or any type of damage or lightning or anything like that, like dead trees that are hazards or ready to fall, usually they're called snags. And you have to be really careful because they can just fall without warning and just pretty much kill you. So you have to be really careful. But the way that they look, oftentimes, you know, they've usually gone through a lot of damage. They'll be burning along the bottoms of the tree and things like that. I remember one time Raven and I were going through Yosemite and we ended up, it started to rain. We had probably the best camp I've ever had. It was like a freaking postcard, I swear. And oh wow, double mushrooms, like double rainbow. And I remember it started to rain, and as we were going higher and higher, we had to go up before we could go back down to get to the next campsite. And as we were going higher, we heard thunder in the distance, and we're like, oh crap, we need to be going down. Should we turn around? And we're like, you know what, we're so close to the top according to our map, let's just go up and over, but super fast, right? So we were booking it. We had our trekking poles out. We were moving, you know, basically doing the four-legged walk where you're kind of using the poles like crutches and hopping around. And we got up to the top, and at this point it's raining. We hear thunder, and we saw at the very top, before we could go back down, a bunch of trees that were burnt out to the core. They were hollow, charred. You could see maybe like, if you see where I'm looking right now with this dot, maybe like they came up to here. They weren't any taller than this. We saw no trees taller than that. And they were all burnt out husks where lightning had struck. And I was like, this is the worst place to be. Let's go. And we ran, and it probably did serious damage to our knees as we were going downhill the other side. But we made it. We made it. And found probably the best camp that we've ever had. Definitely making it out there. This is as far north as you can go. And there's a camp out here? Oh, wow. Might be something fancy in here. Lockpick. Ooh, we're all full. It's okay. If it's just regular stuff, I'm kind of like, meh. I don't really care. But you never know. You might find a blueprint around here. Pipe. There's planks and everything. All the regular stuff that you would see. I guess it would, I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say, I guess it would be okay if you had the tent and then you're picking up all of this stuff. But if you think about it, you would have to bring this back to the cabin. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you can build another cabin out here. So all this stuff is relatively useless. Like, why would you go from here all the way out here to gather supplies like this when you could just get it from the farmable locations close by? Yeah, we're heading back down south. Well, I guess once we do the periphery, that's going to be a definite accomplishment. It's going to be pretty great. And then what we can do is go back to the hint locations and then kind of go around the edges. It's very possible that when we're doing that, we'll fill in some of the center and we might come across maybe like a campfire or something like that. Or beets. I'm surprised. We've done really well with our food. It must be because we've been sprinting the whole time. That's actually a really tough thing to do when you're trekking about. As like eating. I know that sounds silly. There's some tricks to it. And I never thought that there would be tricks to eating because HB loves to eat. But I remember Raven and I were calculating. We're like, what is the most calorically dense food for the weight? Because you got to carry it on your back. And everything has weight. And all the weight, it really adds up. So if you're looking at like your water as an example, like every liter of water is about 2.2 pounds of weight. So obviously, like the less that you can carry at a time, especially if you're in like high water frequent, high or low intervals of time between getting water, then you're in a good space, right? You don't have to carry as much water at a time. You don't have to camel it up. But when it comes to food, I mean, you really have to eat. Like you have to eat because no matter what you do, if you go really long distances, you'll start to lose weight. And that can become a serious issue. So if you're traveling really, really far, sometimes you're looking at like hoping to get in like 4,000 calories a day or something like that. But obviously, it's very difficult to do that. Like even if you wanted to get that many calories, like to do it on dried food or anything like that, some of the most calorically dense food are like nuts, right? Nuts, peanut butter, stuff like that. We were looking at something like 250 calories per ounce. So I think there's some bars I think they're by Cliff Bar. They're really tiny, but they're little tiny bars, and inside they're actually filled with peanut butter. So it's like got a soft center, right? All right, let's go ahead and set up a camp. Let's do that. Get inside, sleep, no problem. This has seriously been a game changer. The tent has been a game changer for exploration. In one single episode, we have gone all the way from here and gone all the way around. We're pretty much going to complete the periphery in one episode. I would consider that a total game changer. That's insane. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, it's just there's different tricks that you have to play with yourself in order to eat. Because I remember at one point we were like, oh, okay, most calorically dense food. All I got to do is I'm going to eat these 2 Ziploc like freezer bags of nuts, mixed nuts, every single day. And then we'll be good. And then I would find that as I'm going along, it's got a lot of fat content. Like as I'm going along, by the end of the day, I ate like 3/4 of one of my designated bags of nuts. And I was like, this is a serious issue. I am not eating as much as I want to. So then I started to have to think to myself, like, what are the things that make this palatable to me? Like, what are the things that are like, if it's there, I'll eat it. So as an example, like when I was a kid, we're almost back at the cave. When I was a kid, like one of the things I always wanted to eat were mangoes. So we've already been to this cave, so we'll hold off. We should probably loop on down the south and then we'll head back to the cabin, drop stuff off and recoup. Because at this point, it's filling in this giant area right here, which is going to be we'll need a plan. Maybe like go north here and then make an X across or something. We'll see. But yeah, I really, really, really liked mangoes. So one of the things that I did the next time, I found that, other than like Filipino dried mango, which is so high in sugar, mango in general is high in sugar. Trader Joe's has 2 different types of mangoes. They have the unsulfured mango, and then they've got these really, really sweet, almost like candied mangoes. I really like those. And I ended up grabbing a bag of those, one every single day. That's a lot of sugar. But got me to keep eating. If I ate that and then I ate something else, I was fine. I could totally eat other things. All right, let's head back to the cabin. And then when it came to eating all the nuts, the thing that was a game changer for me, like my friend Art told me that for him it's cranberries. Got to have cranberries. For me, personally, it's garlic sesame sticks. I eat a lot of carbs. Like if I've got fresh bread, I am a happy camper. I mean, I don't think too much about like, you know, I don't have like a chiseled body or anything like that, but boy do I like bread. I love good bread. And so like one of the things that really allowed me to eat all the nuts all the time are these salty sesame. They're like garlic sesame sticks. You can get them in like Sprouts or Whole Foods or something like that. You just go to the bulk bins. Regular sesame sticks are fantastic as well. I mean, pretty much you toss those into anything in an adequate quantity. I'm talking about like a third of the mix. And then that's enough to get me to eat everything, including those Brazil nuts. Oh man. All right, here we go. We're back. We're home after 2 days. Hello, Burbot. Hello, Robin. And we've returned. Heck yes. So I actually picked up a lot of food. Look at this. All the berries. I didn't even know berries could stack that high. Up to 15 we find. Amazing. All right. So what we've got to do next is get ourselves some sticks, because right now we are super, super low. So planks and sticks are, of course, one of the main ways to make the decorations. It'd be pretty nice to decorate the house a little more. Put up some plants, things like that. Let's see. We've got the sticks. We'll put the planks down just for now. And let's grab... The fastest things I find are the mushrooms themselves. So we'll go with this. We don't have any plants growing right now. Here we go. We'll go button mushrooms, cook, and all the sticks, I guess. Let me grab the planks in the meantime. Although we do need to eat, so let me eat this first, and then we'll go and do a little inventory management, I guess. All right. Now we're good. I'll cook something, same thing, just over and over. Get that rolling. Some more sticks, so they go. I want to make one more meal. Because obviously you need one to eat, and then you need one to take with you. I'll put these back. I find it's really, really difficult to use sticks for anything else now. I remember at first I thought, gosh, we have so many sticks. How are we ever going to use this many sticks? Well, there you go. Sticks are used for everything. All the decorations, everything. All right. So we got everything. Let's take another look at the crafting bench right now. So tool-wise, a pot. So I would assume you need the pot. I would assume you need the campfire in order to make food on the go. I don't know what this is. We've got an axe, a lockpick, and... Oh, is this a fishing rod? Oh my god. Is this a fishing rod? Is that... Wait a minute. There was something that you needed fish bones for. Sewing thread. Oh, I guess for the needle? Oh, wow. That... Pretty robust needle there. Holy crap. Fish bone. Oh my gosh, I want a fish. Where are we gonna get a fishing rod? Holy crap. All right. Well, gosh, we have so many things to do. Okay. Well, this is okay. This is okay. Note item. What's the deal with that? If we take a look at the map, probably the next place that we'll head. I mean, I know that this seems like a kind of an unexplored area, but I think the largest place is going to give us the biggest return. So if we end up kind of passing through both the larch tree area and the lime mineral area, and then doing an X through here, and then eventually an X across here, I think we're going to get the best bang for our time, just because then at that point, if we're crossing through the center, obviously we've got a radius of what we can see, and that's going to be pretty freaking huge for us. So I think that's going to be our plan. Well, holy crap, bunnies. In one single episode, we were able to use our newfound tent to explore the entire periphery of the map. That is a serious game changer, because just for the price of like 2-3 pots of food, our tent, we're able to go anywhere that we want in 1-2 days. So that's really, really freaking crazy. And I think it's a total game changer for us, especially if we want to try and find whatever the recipe is for, I think it's a fishing rod. And now we know where places that we can fish. If we go to the northeast, there's like some type of coastline or a beach there or something like that. I would imagine that there's a ton of fish that we can get. Maybe get ourselves some sewing thread with a fish bone. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, buddies, let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you like the video, thumbs up always helps us out. I had a total blast. I hope you did as well. And I can't wait to get back into it with you on the next one. Have a good night.